Hello, we are going to be 1/4 of the way through by the end of today's workout. So, welcome to day 15, and let's just roll into it. I've got a set of 20s with a set of 15s on the ready. We're going to be going for repped rounds. So, 3 sets of 10 reps of weighted moves, mostly from the ground. So our chest press, our skull crusher, our alternating press, but we are going to be doing a standing twist, torso twist with weight, getting into that core a little bit more. And then after our 10, we're going to follow with a 5 count body weight move. So a lot of the body weight stuff is going to be push-ups. So if you do not do push-ups, that's not a problem. Let's say after your chest press, you're not going to be doing a push-up. I'm going to have you have a mini band handy. If you don't have mini bands, use a towel. So just hold a towel between your hands and pull pressure and tension on that towel. So basically you'll lie on the ground. If you'd like, you can keep your hips up in that glute bridge and just try your best to push the same movement that we'll be doing, right? So with your band, it'll be here, and then you can pull to the forehead still like your skull crusher. I just want to get your hands off the weights and change up what's going on with your hold and grip. And then when we do our alternating press, you're going to hold one hand up, go here, few pulls, other side, few pulls. All right, so just have that band on the ready. That's what you'll do for your body weight sets as opposed to holding weights a little bit more. Hopefully you have your ball, tennis ball, lacrosse ball, whatever, and we are going to be rolling our traps and our serratus muscles. So let's go ahead and lie on your back. Put your ball right on your the neck, shoulder area. So between your neck and shoulder. We all know the tension that we get in our neck, right? Just stress tension. Could be holding kids or carrying things, tension, whatever. So just find a spot, and then once you have that, so mine's on my left side, just rotate your arm around different areas to release tension and work into that fascia area up in the neck. This is also actually really good before we get moving into all of the arm sets, just getting rotation and movement through our shoulder joint. There's a lot going on here. Sometimes having tension and pressure and pull, tightness in kind of the joint where your shoulder blade meets your upper shoulder or the clavicle into your ribs, your sternum. All that can get kind of tight and held up and bound. So find all this here. All right, and of course you can kind of move the ball around. Ooh, mine up into my neck a little bit. That feels pretty awesome. Couple more seconds here, and then we're going to move it down underneath your armpit. So put your ball, that serratus muscle, right? Otherwise, I guess kind of the layman's term, we've called it the bra bulge. If you don't wear a bra, then it's your boxing muscle. But that is it's one of my favorite muscles to really focus on and work. For me personally, whenever I found that muscle and started developing it, a lot of my shoulder and neck tension went away. This guy's totally in my way. All right, that's better. And you just find what feels good for you. Just get your ball where in that general area, and then rotate that arm, finding, there's a spot, finding some fascial release there. Again, you can always use your foam roller. I'll be getting the foam roller out here another couple of weeks. For those of you who don't have it, I want to give you the opportunity to get it, purchase one. It is an amazing tool to have on hand. Everyone in my family uses it. Also as a battering ram to hit other people with, so you can have fun with it in many different ways. Okay, we're going to the other side. Put the ball on that neck area, the trap. Whew. Rotate it around in there. And then let's move that arm around. You might notice that you have little clicking or a little bit of pops in that shoulder. And as long as it doesn't cause pain, it's okay. It's pretty normal and natural. But just take note of it. Generally, there's some buildup there of something. It could be some sort of scar tissue. It could be just your tendons and ligaments kind of plopping and flopping over each other, getting rubbed. Good. Oh, there's one. All right, and then let's go ahead and move that ball down into our serratus area. So underneath your armpit, lean on that ball. You can kind of move it around, adjust wherever feels right to you. Definitely tight on that side. So again, this is really helpful for building flexibility, malleability, hydration in through the fascia, right? So that's what that lining that encases your muscle can get really dried out and tight and rigid. And that's what can cause a lot of pain and injury and rotation of those joints. Just a couple more rolls. Whew. All right, release that. Let's push our hips up into a glute bridge. Bring your arms nice and high overhead. Even though we're pushing your arms up, try to slide the shoulder blades down. Seems really weird, but it's like you're trying to take the bottoms of your scapula, those shoulder blades, and you're trying to just slide them down the back towards your back pockets. Okay, and then let's do a couple scissor moves. So drop your left hand down, right hand overhead, switch to the other way. Take your time working through this range of motion. Envision that you have like a big rubber band that you're pulling against. So create tension and flexion in through those arms. Okay, we're going to switch so that our palms, so right now one palm's up, one palm's down. I want your palms to face each other. Okay, and then switch your palms again. This is going to be a funky one. So the one that's over behind your head, try to get the bottom of your hand on the ground. So you're rotating the thumb away from you, and then the hand that's down by the hip is going to be open up toward the sky. So now your thumbs are pointing away from the body. Keep the core flexed. Slide between those shoulder blades. All right, and then just open your arms out into a goalpost, and we're going to gear up to hit our first round. Open those elbows out, lift through the chest, and then just roll your hands back down, palms toward the ground. Stretch. All right, drop your hips, hug your knees into the chest, and let's get going. So we're going to go 10 chest press. Grab your weights, whatever you're using. If you can, push those hips up into a glute bridge. Otherwise, you can definitely keep your hips on the ground. Just focus either way on your core. Here we go. Ready, set, elbows open wide, and then press up. Keep your wrists strong and straight, right? So make sure that your knuckles are not dropping back toward the ground. 4, check in with the body, what's going on. No tension should be grabbing through the neck. Use the pecs, the chest muscles. Press those arms up. Here we have 8, 9, and 10. Okay, set your weights down. You're either going to grab your band or you're going to flip over for a push-up. Okay, remember our push-up is a moving plank. I don't really care how low you go, but get your body in a plank position. Elbows point kind of back toward 45-degree angle. 2, 3, 4, hold that core strong, and 5. All right, rolling back over. We have our skull crusher. I'm going to use one weight, holding on either side of my bell. Drive those hips back up if you'd like. Elbows squeeze in toward one another. Be in control as the weight drops toward the forehead. Here's our 1. So I've kind of been noticing lately that a lot of us struggle to focus on the downward phase, right? As crazy as it is and as scary as it is to watch that bell drop right toward your forehead, I see a lot of people just kind of like gravity drop it. But I want you to be in control of that drop and in control of the press. Squeeze those elbows in. You want to drive into the triceps. 1 more. Whew. Charlie horse. All right, lower down. And we're going to go into a tricep push-up. These are definitely tough for me. We'll see how many I get on my toes. Elbows point back toward your toes. Your hands are a lot narrower and the elbows squeeze in next to the rib cage. So push down and up. Watching that core. 4 and 5. Whew. Got it. Another option, if you're not doing a full push-up, you could always use a wall or like a high cable to build in some incline and height so there's not as much pressure. Okay, now we're going to go our alternating press. Grab those weights if you would like. Hips go back up. Start with your arms straight up over your shoulders. You're going to drop one elbow. Make sure the wrist stays right on top of the elbow. We're alternating. Straight up and down. But the weight does make like a little arch because you want your hand to end up right over the shoulder at the top. Keep thinking about those shoulders. Try to eliminate any sort of rounding toward your chest. That's the tendency, and we're trying to fight it using the back muscles, those upper back muscles. 2 more each side. Flex through that core. And 2. All right. Our next set for body weight are Commandos. Okay, so you start in a high plank position, then you drop an elbow, right elbow, left elbow, right elbow, left elbow. Create your plank, tuck through the glutes, drop, drop, push, push. Now drop on that other arm first, the next round. 3. Try to put your hand right where your elbow was. And 5. All right, we get to stand up, and we're going to do our lumberjack. Okay, so if you have a ball, you could use a ball. Sometimes it's fun to get those guys out. I'm going to use my 15. What we're going to do is hit up a kind of mid squat. I'm going to hold my weight like this on one bell. Okay, you're going to swing it back and then up. So I want you to think about where your twist is coming from. So the pelvis stays neutral, twist through the mid back, right? And then the shoulders move together. 10 each side. Here we go. Hinge. You're catching the weight with your torso muscles. 4. Looking good. 8, 9, and 10. Other side. Flex that core. Drive your belly button towards your spine. Think about where you're twisting from. 6, 8, 9, and 10. All right. We're going to hold one weight. We're going to go into our windmill drop. So if your right hand is holding the weight, put your left arm up, and we're going to hinge toward the right. So your hips drop over and down. We're just going to go 5 each side. 2. If you want to hold a weight each arm, you totally can. Belly strong. 4. I may the other round. We'll see. 5. Punch your right arm up. Hinge your hips to the right. Trying your best to keep those legs level or straight. I'll kind of show you what it looks like from the side. So my hips do drop back and over a bit. All right, great work. Second set. Here we go. Starting off with our chest press. We're back on the ground. Hips go up. 10 here. Open those elbows. Use the chest. Think about what the rest of the body is doing. Here's our 5. Keep relaxed in your neck. 8, 9. Slide those shoulder blades down. 10. All right, we're going to hit those push-ups. Hands are going to be just outside your shoulders. Find your plank position first. Only 5. So you go as much range as you can. All right. Keep the core strong. And 5. All right, back to our skull crushers. Grab your one weight. Push those hips up into a glute bridge. Elbows squeeze in nice and tight. Relax through the neck. 2. Be in control, remember, on that drop. 4. Squeeze your elbows toward one another. Grab through that core. 9 and 10. All right. Flipping over for our tricep push-ups. Something else that you can do here, if you are struggling to get down and up, but maybe you don't need to stay on your knees, pull your elbows back, drop down on your toes, then drop your knees and push. There's 1. 2. Grab through that core. 3. 4. 5. Oh, those are tough, especially if you're trying to keep that core adequately locked. Okay, we're going to do our alternating press. Get those hips up. Both hands right up over the shoulders. Make sure the wrists are strong. Here we go. 1 and 1. Grab through that core. Squeeze those elbows in toward your rib cage as much as you can. Push through those glutes. We're driving with those triceps, but you're supporting with the lat on the back. 1 more each side. Well done. Okay, we're going to have our commandos. Or if you're in that band, pull each side, set up your plank, tuck in that core, drop, drop, push, push. Oh my goodness. When those arms are tired, the hips definitely want to move more. And 5. Okay, drive those hips back. Coming up to standing. Going to hit our lumberjack. Hold that bell. Get your stance. Shoulders backing down. Grab through the core first. Here we go. Twist and chop. Be strong with it. Don't just laxy-daisy swing. Got to chop that tree down. 9, 10. Whew, other side. Flex more through the core, the torso, those obliques. Shoulders backing down still. 8, 9, 10. Whew. All right. I'm going to try both. This time we'll see how it goes. One arm up, one arm down. Hinge. Wow. There's one. Hinge it over. Use the back to support the upper arm. 3. Belly button drags back, and you use the oblique to lift. Other side. Drive in through the back. Then you feel that oblique grab even more. 3, 4, 5. All right. We're going to take a little mini stretch with our hands, forearms. Gear up for the last round. Try to point your fingertips back towards your knees. If that doesn't work, just sit up and pull your palm back. Slide those shoulder blades down. Other side. All right, plant your left hand on the ground, or you can put your bell closer so you have support. Start with your hands kind of toward one another. So I switched to my right arm. If your right arm is on the ground, left hand is twisting across, then open up and back. Open through the chest, arm just open through shoulder. All right, bring that guy down. Go to the other side. Twist. Right arm across toward the left hand, and then open. Slide behind. Relax through the neck and shoulder. All right. Good enough. Let's finish that last round. Got a tickle in my throat. All right, here we go. Push those hips up, hopefully still. Get your arms set. So take your time, get everything set, and then make it perfect. Hands coming up right over the chest. Feel the chest do the work. 7, 8, and 10. All right, now we'll do the body weight set. Only 5. Chose 5 because I want to keep that range. Spread those fingertips nice and wide. Focus on pushing evenly through the whole palm, which might mean pushing a little more through the thumb and first finger. Here we go. 1, 2, 4, 5. All right. Coming down to those skull crushers. Drive the hips up. Get those shoulder blades wiggled down. Everything's set. Squeeze the elbows in. Drop nice and control right to your forehead. So make sure that you're not taking the bell behind your head. Generally, that means that your elbows get out of form, right? Out of that range. We want them stacked directly over the shoulders. 3, 2, and 1. I have to say, I'm happy with where I'm at with weight on my work, on my floor work. Gotten a lot stronger. Hope you all have too. Okay, I'm going to stay on my knees for this round. My core wasn't doing so hot last one. So really still tuck the hips, right? A lot of times I see knee push-ups, butt in the air. So tuck those hips, shoulders stay up over your fingertips, drop and push. They're still tough. 4 and 5. Okay, we're going to flip it over for those alternating presses. Drop it down. Hips are up. Arms right up over those shoulders. Drop and press. Woo! I feel stronger, but I'm definitely getting tired here. Keep those hips up high. If you want to drop your hips onto the ground, you can, but you really need to watch and control that you keep that core contraction. No arching in the low back. 6. Grab through that core support with the back and the core. As you fatigue, 1 more each arm. Okay. Going into our commandos. Okay, set those shoulders up over the wrists. Flex through the core. Drop, drop, push, push, drop, drop, push, push. Here's 3, 4, 5. All right, walk your feet in. Grab your lumberjack weight. Here we go. Hold around that bell. Set into those feet. Flex, grab, contract. Upper back, strong core. Keep your pelvis neutral. 1. Dig into those heels. 7, 9, 10. Other side. It's not difficult on its own. You have to create some resistance. 7, 8, 10. Oh. All right, here we go. I'm going to give it another shot. Both weights. Punch one arm up. If your right arm's up, hinge to the left. Hips kind of hinge over to the right. Stack those shoulders. Your shoulder head rotates as you hinge forward. 5. Check in here at the top, right? Strong pelvis. We don't want that. Oh, we don't want that anterior tilt. Watch that super close as you stand tall. All right, hinge over. Tuck through those glutes. Don't want to put any pressure on the low back. Upper back, core, butt. Neck relaxed. And 5. Whew. All right. Perfect timing. We're going to rotate through the chest and the shoulders. So let's start with a child's pose. Your knees are together. Hinge your hips back. Stretch those arms out way far in front of you. Push into the hands and then pull those shoulder blades back. So you almost feel like that traction. I feel total traction in my triceps, rear delts at the back of the shoulder, back, and even the forearms. Okay, walk both hands to the left. Put your right hand on top of your left hand and hinge your hips over to the right. Stretch through the lat and the serratus. Now slide that right shoulder blade down the back. Okay, and then hands over to the right, hips to the left, stack your left hand on top of the right, Drop that or the left shoulder. Okay. Come forward. We're going to lie on your belly, do that scorpion stretch. So lie on the right side of your mat. Put your left arm out straight away from you. So you're creating a 90-degree angle in the shoulder. Now then roll over onto your left side, dropping your right foot behind you with the knee in the air. Okay, the knee's up toward the ceiling, and then it kind of opens out behind you. So that pull will kind of help put some pressure and push the rotation for your low back, mid back, and your shoulder. So you can use that right hand to kind of push you over as well. So I feel quite a lot of stretch through my left shoulder, my chest. Even feel free to dig in there. Take those fingertips. Little self-massage. Okay, let's hit up that other side. Roll out easy. Can tell I've been working chest and shoulders. Sometimes the stretch isn't super intense on my chest, but it is today. All right, right hand will go out. Palm is facing the ground. Roll onto your right side. Left leg goes behind. Try to get the sole of the foot on the ground, and then let that knee open out behind you, kind of pulling you away from your midline. Whew, the shoulder is tight too. All right, drop the knee back. Slowly roll over. All right, push yourself up. Sit on your heels. Grab your hands behind the back. Push the chest forward, open the hands off. You can stay here or gently drop forward. See if you can get your forehead on the ground or close. Let the weight of kind of those hands, if they're not too sweaty, can grip, drive over your upper back. All right, release here. We're going to do one little neck release. So stay on your heels. Drop your left hand down, and then you're going to take your right hand, pull on the left side of your head, easy, and then just put a little bit of tension to those neck muscles. So your hand's just adding a little weight. You're not yanking on that head. Gentle pull. All right, release. Other side. So we want to reach that one arm, that right arm toward the ground. It's okay if you don't touch it, but make sure that you don't start contracting the shoulder up into the ear. Same thing on this side, just a gentle pull. And then release. All right, you guys, good job. Great work. We got through another week. I'm excited for next week. We're going to throw in a little bit more heart rate intervals. So we're going to add on to what we've been working on. And in the meantime, stay well.